Running your pool pump dry, that is to say, running the pump without water in it for periods of time longer than about 10 minutes time, can cause damage to the pump. Basically what happens is that the water passing through the pump helps to keep all the parts cool, and when there's no water, if the pump is starved for water, let's say in a situation where the water level in your pool has dropped below the mouth of the skimmer. Now water's no longer getting into the skimmer. Your pump can't get any water, so it can't prime, it can't run, and it can't stay cool. But it doesn't know this. It just keeps running away. And there's friction that's being created from the moving parts, and that friction generates heat. Eventually what happens is the friction generates enough heat that the pump plastic and components start to distort and warp and go out of spec. The big thing that happens is that there's a seal. There's a seal that connects the wet end of the pump to the dry end, or the motor to the pump housing. That seal can become distorted and damaged from the heat and begin to leak water. But it doesn't leak water in the sense that it's just gushing water out. You'd notice it right away. It's a very slow leak, a very small amount of water that leaks out of the very bottom dead center of the pump. And so much so that that water barely might not even make a damp spot on the ground. That water might just get drawn right into the motor itself. And most electric motors draw air through them to keep them cool. And drawing chlorinated pool water through is going to be a problem. It's going to rust out the inside of the motor. The bearings are going to dry out and become rusted and start to squeal and make noise and generate heat, and ultimately will result in the failure of the pool pump. So if you have run your pool pump dry and you suspect that, oh, I might have damaged it, and that's why you're here looking for information, what happens if I run my pool pump dry? Well, start it up. Does it run? Are you able to prime it? Does it start at all, or does it trip the breaker out as soon as you turn it on? If it trips the breaker out, you've probably cooked the motor in it. That, or just let it cool down for a little bit, then try it again. If it still trips that breaker out right away, then you've cooked the motor. You're going to need, at the very least, a new electric motor, if not a whole new pump. But if it starts up and it runs, let it run. What you want to keep an eye on, is there any water leaking out from the middle bottom of the pump? If there's water leaking out there, even a small amount, it's going to get drawn into the motor, and it's going to eventually wreck that electric motor. And the way you solve that is by having a new seal put on the pump. You bring it in for pump service, have a new seal installed, or it's something that potentially you could do yourself with a little bit of YouTubing. But if you don't do that, if you just let that go and that water continues to leak out, eventually it's going to ruin the electric motor, and you're going to be into replacing the pump altogether.